Spine. Yes. Drink spine. Spine drink go, yes. Okay, I don't even know what the frick kind of intro that was. Oh, I'm just gonna... So you're the one that put around inside the plane without the captain's permission. Deviating from the flight attendant's manual is very unbecoming, you know. What were you hoping to accomplish by doing that? I missed scenario. Mr. Edgeworth, you're here too? Can you please help us and shed some light on why you did what you did? Alright. Why did you lie about receiving the captain's permission like that? Because I didn't think I'd be able to get his permission. What do you mean? The captain, he only has his ears for Cammy. I spoke with the captain a little earlier myself. He definitely seems to be rather taken with Miss Mealy. Yes, and on top of that, I had mistakenly accused Mr. Edgeworth of being the killer. I wanted to make amends. If that's the case, please allow me to thank you for what you did. Thanks to you, I was able to clear myself of all charges. Really? Were you able to prove your innocence? Oh, thank goodness. The scenario, is it? There's one more thing I'd like to ask you. You were in the in-flight stop just before the turbulence, weren't you? Please answer honestly. Yes, I was. And why were you there? Well, why the sudden hesitation? Francisca seems to have struck a nerve. All I did was go check up on the shop like I always do. You're saying it was for work then? Yes, I'm in charge of the shop, so I have to keep an eye on it. I don't have any reason to go there otherwise. After your visit to the shop, you paid a visit to this room, correct? Yes, I came back to freshen up and adjust my makeup. I'm sorry, but there isn't much else to tell. Miss Scenario claims to have no other video of the shop, but is that all there is to it? Maybe I could ask about that thing. I remember most of what happened, but not it. That? Oh wait, I have to hit present, not just. Sorry, Mr. Edgeworth, I don't know how to answer you. As a professional flight attendant, I'm a failure. He must be worn out from the long fucking session he just went through. Okay, is it this? If you could please take a look at this for me, Miss Scenario. Yeah, because it moved because it wasn't locked back in place or something. Oh, that suitcase. Yes, about this suitcase. You're the one who designed it, correct? I think I figured something else out about it. Suitcase is the reason you went to the shop, isn't it? There's nothing you won't find out eventually, is there? Would you please tell me about this suitcase? SMI, well I was interested in seeing how the suitcase I had designed were selling. I know that as a service professional I'm not supposed to care, but I really wanted to know. And I was glad to see that it was the last one there. The last one there? So you're saying, Mr. Scenario, the suitcase in question was the last one? Yes, they're just so popular, they're practically flying off the shelves. That's not exactly the impression I got. Yeah, there were two. One in the shop is most definitely the last one. Well, we're currently looking at that suitcase. Really? Then I guess we sold all of them. Thank you very much for taking the last one. I didn't say anything about buying it. Then say you'll buy it. I'm sorry, I can't. But why? Then could go with your collection with really seriously. Guarantee purchasing has service. Well, that is, how should I put this? It's hideous. Maybe that was a bit too direct. Moving on, my guess was the suitcase taking that line and now it's not remaining. There were 2 suitcases in the in-flight shop when I investigated it. 2? But that's impossible! I'm sure there was only 1. I got a ping. Okay, I don't care. Yeah, Gooey, I mixed up 7:30 and 10:30 and then frickin' went to sleep. Woke up, realized I had a bunch of DMs, and realized I frickin' set it for 7:30 when I meant 10:30 like an idiot. And yeah, that frickin' happened. Oh yeah, the TV hasn't been working, so I've had to be using only my monitor, so I actually have to go back and check chat to read chat now, again. When I left the shop, I'm positive there's only 1 suitcase left. Something is amiss here. What could be the meaning of this inconsistency? Well, obviously the person who murdered them, they had the suitcase. They had the suitcase with them whenever she was there, and then like after the murder and once she left, the body was in the suitcase. Yeah, the body was in the suitcase, and then they put the suitcase back after they took the body out. By the way, Miss Canario, what is one of those suitcases doing here? I thought you said there was only 1 left. But that one is, it's mine. I've used it for a very long time now. You've used it for a long time? I think not. Scenario, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't lie to me. Excuse me? I don't believe for even 1 second that you've used this for a very long time. The proof this hasn't been used for nearly as long as Miss Canario says. The frickin' tag! Miss Scenario, and then you happen to also keep the price tag pristine on your suitcase. What is the meaning of this? Why would you lie about a suitcase? So you having faith in our designs never sales numbers made her cry bitter tears. The truth is becoming interestingly clear to me. This scenario, I think I understand. I know what you are trying to hide. The suitcase was originally in. Seeing as how the price tag is still on the suitcase, one can only assume it was out on the floor for sale in the shop. The person who bought the suitcase was... It was you, wasn't it, Miss Scenario? I hate to say this, but this suitcase that you designed, it hasn't sold very well, has it? You saw how poorly this design that you poured your heart into was selling, and were deeply hurt. That's why you wanted to make it look like it was selling by buying it yourself. Isn't it right? Then the reason you went to the shop and came back here was... I'm sorry. All I really have is my job. I was overjoyed when my design was chosen. I thought that maybe I'd finally accomplished something. But the suitcases didn't sell. Because of the design, isn't it? All because of it's, as you put it, hideous. I can't say that they chose a great place in which to sell them either. You weren't selling a single one and they were just sitting there collecting dust. I felt so bad seeing them there day in, day out. So I decided to buy one for every flight I worked. You buy one every single time you work a flight? I see. So in order to keep your resolution, you went and bought one today as well. Yes, and here's my receipt for that purchase. This receipt is clearly the stamped 5:40 AM. The truth is, there's still a bunch of them left unsold. They're planning to scrap the remaining ones at the end of this flight. This scenario, where are these other suitcases? They'll be down in the cargo hold. In the suitcase the killer used. Could very well have come from the cargo hold. Mr. Edgeworth, you don't think that the killer used one of my suitcases to... Yes, I do. The killer used one of your beloved suitcases to move the victim's body. How could they? The suitcases were meant to be faithful partners for passengers on the trip. That's all I ever wished for them to be. This scenario, is there any other way to get the cargo hold other than the elevator? The only other way is just through that door there. And what about security? That door has no special lock installed because, just to enter this room, you need a special key card that only crew members have access to. Which means that the culprit is someone who can enter the room, eliminating the passengers and leaving only the crew members as potential suspects. I can't believe it. Yes, Franziska? Going on these wild goose chases, you're a disgrace to the Von Karma name. And what do you mean by that? Suitcase came from the cargo hold. That fact alone tells the whole story. Yes, which is why I said the culprit must be a crew member who used their key card. No, they could have taken it from someone else. Miles Edgeworth, you're proposing that the killer rode the elevator from the cargo hold, correct? Yes, that's the only realistic possibility. That other attendant, Miss Neely, I asked her earlier and she had this to say. And Scott, in order to make the elevator go down to the cargo hold, a different key card is required. A different one? Yes, and the only person who holds that particular card is you, Mr. Rhoda Scenario, and only you. What? Is this room, Miss Scenario? Yes, I keep that key card in my locker at all times. Could you please tell us that card right now? Yes, hold on. And it's gonna be taken out of the locker, isn't it? I don't believe it. What's wrong? Key card. It's gone. I knew from the start that someone took the frickin' key card. At least I'm pretty sure that's something I said. Because it was so long ago. Arson moment. Very clever. Pretending that your card was stolen, which in fact you're just trying to hide it from us. You really thought this through. But wait, it's not like that. You can tell us about what it's like down at the station, officer. Officer, arrest this woman. Yes, ma'am. But Mr. Edgeworth. Your spine's getting cranked. What's wrong? There's disbelief written all over your face. Franziska, I know that you are the lead investigator on this case, however... Hold it, don't even think about wasting any more of my time. You know the rules as well as I do. You know the rules, and so do I. Evidence speaks louder than words. Even if this isn't a courtroom, that basic tenet still applies. I intend to investigate the cargo hold now. What will you do, Miles Edgeworth? I intend to do likewise. Okay, yeah, I remember I stopped it there on purpose because that was about like halfway through the middle part because there were 3 parts. March 12th, 2:52 p.m. Flight I-390, lower deck cargo hold. Well, so this is the cargo hold, huh? It's so big! Stairs for not glitching at all. This plane is a special model. It has both a super large cargo hold and also luxurious first class seating. So, is this the real scene of the murder? There's certainly a high probability of that, which is why we are here, correct? Okay, let's get investigating, sir. Lower deck cargo hold. Now, commit arson because your mom got him. I'm just finding a video I have playing in the background to listen to. Spine drinking simulator. Alright, found one. Time to continue. Yep, there's one missing right here. Holy suitcase, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm liking all you can use suitcase fair. These must be all the leftover ones they couldn't sell. The ones the company is planning to dispose of after the flight is over. This paint job is really cool, don't you think? Practically screams artsy. Oh, why not purchase one then? I'm sure it will bring you out happiness. Bold of you to assume he can afford one. You think so? Then maybe I will. Let's see here. $1,200? I think I'll pass. Even if it was $20, he probably couldn't afford it, because this is gumshoe. And in this scenario, I wonder why they don't sell. You need 2 jobs just to buy one. It definitely looks like one is missing. What is this brittle substance he's stepping on? It's a bunch of glass fragments? Let me look at what I have in my logic currently. Well, that... I think we can safely conclude that these fragments are a pair of glasses. The victim was wearing a pair of broken glasses! Exactly what I was thinking. I'm sure that the shard could match up perfectly with the remnants of the glasses' lenses. Ergo, the victim was here, just as I suspected. So you're saying that the real scene of the crime was here, sir? Isn't that what I've been saying for a while now? Well, is it? I didn't know that. Perhaps it's a bit early to draw that conclusion. However, I believe the probability has just skyrocketed considerably. All that's left is to find the murder weapon. Huh. Okay, I was looking through, because I was checking if there was an autopsy report yet, and apparently there is not. Gonna probably take another look at the crime scene since, yeah, it was a blow to the back of the head, right? Yeah, from blunt force trauma. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Hey, what goes the suitcase, pal? It's the victim checked in. It's what the victim checked in, sir. So the suitcase belonged to Mr. Hicks. I don't think he'd mind if we take a closer look. Yeah, you don't think he'd care? Yeah, he's dead. Wait, a file? There's a photo of Miss Von Karma in it, sir. It looks like a profile on Francisca. Why would Mr. Hicks have had a file on her? Honestly, I could probably present this to Francisca. You arrived at the scene of the crime before Detective Gumshoe, correct? And you then immediately began to direct the investigation. Seems to me that you were already here at the airport for something besides this murder. Yes, I was. Oh yeah, because she was leaving to go to a different country or something, because that's what she did at the end of the 3rd game. Wait, the file isn't a piece of evidence? Been following a very large and involved government-level international crime. Okay, never mind. It's there because he's been investigating the frickin' the stealing ring thing. It's quite too large for one person to take on alone, so it was decided that I should form a joint investigation with Interpol. I'm having Vietnam, well, not really Vietnam flashbacks. That's flashback to Apollo Justice because Mr. Latals. He was, Interpol agent. Interpol's involved? It's a top secret operation, so I really can't tell you any more than I already have. Yeah, I wanna see what it said again. Keeping track of this many pieces of cargo must be very taxing on the cargo crew. The sir brings back memories of when I worked as a part-time mover, sir. By the look in his eyes, he's waiting for me to ask about the rest of the story. But no matter how he pours on the puppy eyes, I have no intention of doing so. You notice anything strange happening around here? No, sir. I haven't noticed a thing. I'm not sure that he meant to sound so oblivious. All sorts of boxes are piled up here. This one says flammable, and it says pharmaceuticals. This one says for exorcism use only. Just what kind of operation is this airline running? Ooh, I just love pushing the buttons on elevators and crosswalk signals. Here, you should give it a try, sir. Go on, push it. The elevator is currently stopped on the first floor, detective. It can't move. Oh yeah, I guess nothing would happen if you pushed it now. Well, nothing would happen normally anyway without the special key card. Close the door to the attached room and elevator control panels. Require a key card, which makes it impossible for a passenger to come down here without stealing it. There's nothing else I can find, so I guess I had to present things to Von Karma. There's something much more urgent we should be dealing with right now. Don't waste my time or yours. That's the victim. It's infuriating to see him crumpled on the floor like that, lifeless. I will catch the one who did this to him myself, I swear it. His sister has really worked up over the victim. I think I know what's going on. The person that was killed here is part of the stealing ring thing. And that person there was with Franziska investigating it, and then they got killed because they were close to figuring out this flight had something to do with the ring, the stealing ring, or because they did figure it out. But either way, it makes sense. Let's check. What do you think about this piggy bank, Franziska? What do I think? What else is there to think but that it's a murder weapon? And what do you think about the Mr. Eyefly itself? The third rendition of genus primates is commonly referred to as slow lorises. Loris comes from the Dutch word for simpleton, which is extremely fitting because that's exactly what Mr. Eyefly represents. The guilty simpleton I'm going to arrest. I don't suppose you're capable of giving a more normal answer. Okay. Profile on Franziska. Oh. I didn't know. I knew I had the file, but I didn't know it was in my logic. Now, why would Mr. Hicks have documents profiling Franziska? Oh, I know. I bet he's a big fan of Miss Von Karma, sir. Franziska said that she had to come to this airport as part of an Interpol investigation. Oh, maybe Mr. Hicks heard he was coming here and followed her. Detective, I think it's more likely that Mr. Hicks was in, actually, Interpol agent Hicks. I think Franziska has some explaining to do. Called it. Now I talk to her. You came to this airport to rendezvous with the victim, didn't you? Nonsense! What are you talking about? We found a profile detailing information about you in the victim's luggage. I suppose it was prepared for him so that he could recognize you when he landed. Which makes him not Mr. Hicks, but rather Interpol Agent Hicks. Isn't that correct? I should have known you'd figure it out, Miles. But it looks like they got to him first. So you really did come here to receive an Interpol agent then. Yes. Agent Hicks was on the trail of a very large international smuggling ring. What did I say? What can I say? Except your mom gay? I don't know. I went to say it was Osbright and then it turned into that somehow. I don't know what. Oh god, how have I never noticed this? This is hideous. Okay, there. Yeah, it was stretched. I don't get how I didn't notice that. Yeah, the bottom screen was stretched like heck, and it looked weird. And it was I who put him on this case. I was supposed to receive a call from him on his cell phone once he had landed. I never expected to receive a call about his murder instead. Well, I think we now have a pretty definite evidence. The agent came down here to the cargo hold. But what was he doing down here, sir? There's something about luggage. Oh, I get it. Maybe he forgot something in his suitcase and came down to get it. No, some of the cargo was some stolen stuff. Ow! Alright, Agent Hicks came here for work-related reasons, if that I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure he was here to investigate the smuggling operation he was observing. Francisca, do you know exactly how he intended to pursue his investigation? No, unfortunately I was going to find out from him after he landed. I see, but this raises another question. Normal passengers can't access the cargo hold on their own. Agent Hicks must have identified himself to a member of the crew, and entered the cargo hold with that person who let him in. Yes, and then he was murdered here. His glass fragments and broken glasses are a testament to that. And then I'm gonna put Agent Hicks into one of the spare suitcases and they entered the elevator, but while they were riding it up, the plane hit that patch of turbulence. Because of the intense tension, the suitcase popped open and Agent Hicks' body flew out. At the same time, his wallet fell out of his pocket, spilling its contents everywhere. Explains why there was money scattered all over the elevator floor. I think it's pretty easy to say who the culprit is at this stage. What? Really, sir? I know what you're thinking, Miles Edgeworth. The killer can be none other than Miss Rhoda Tenario. If it was a crew member, any one of them could have loaded Agent Hicks to the cargo hold. The point to keep in mind is the keycard that allowed the elevator to come down here. The only person with such a high-level access to Miss Rhoda Tenario. I'd say that's a pretty decisive piece of information, wouldn't you? I know what you're trying to say, but I'm not certain it's as simple as that. Why would such important things like the key card be entrusted to only one person? During the Academy Melee, Rotinaria is in charge of the important stuff. And what exactly is Miss Melee in charge of? Setting it up with that foolish captain, apparently. She was being so foolishly foolish that I didn't want to ask her, or ask what her other duties were. I understand how you feel, but what did we... now is this thing called for? In the end, the only one who could have let Agent Hicks into the hold was Rhoda Tenario. I don't have anything. Right? It had to be opened up at this time, though. It has to be this piece of evidence. I don't know where. Because wouldn't most of the crew have access if it was in the middle of refueling? Could probably press everything first, like I normally do. Decisive, do you really think it's that strong? There's no room for doubt. All of the other evidence points to her as well. No snappy comeback? That's as it should be. There's not a single flaw in Francisca's reasoning. However, there must be something I can work with that I can draw out of her. Yeah, see, I have to pull out and then shove in the refueling. That might be true, but then it could be anyone, including Miss Amelia or even the captain. Don't be a fool. A plane without a pilot in the cockpit is like a horse without a rider, comprehend, much like Scrappy over there. Actually, no. For pilots, most of the work is actually autopilot. And most of it's autopilot. They actually don't do as much as you think they do. Without them in the cockpit, it can still run. Which could actually explain why the turbulence was there, because it could happen, because it would happen more commonly if the captain wasn't actually controlling anything. Very well, then what about the other flight attendant, Miss Neely? I thought you would ask about her.
Hold it!
But it's highly likely that the key card was stolen from a scenario. It's highly likely? Is that possibility the best you can come up with? You can call yourself a disciple of my father. Yes, well, I don't have any evidence, Be quiet, you're a disgrace. There's more evidence pointing to Miss Rhoda Tenaria, you know? It's not just the keycard that gives her away. Are you talking about the murder weapon? The Mr. I-Fly piggy bank? Yes, she is also the only person with the key to open that display case. Wasn't it broken? Yeah, it was broken by the suitcase, wasn't it? Or not? I probably have to display the I-Fly. Ah, what are you with me too, sir? That's one more victim besides myself in the evidence. Yeah, I know the glass was broken or something, wasn't it? Yeah, it was broken from the inside because of the piggy bank itself.
Hold it! Objection!
I have to take my pills. You don't have any proof that this is just a red herring. If you must keep on insisting that it's a fake, then what is the real murder weapon and where did it go? Speechless, I see. That's not a surprise. After all, you know that we've searched the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed. There must be a way. There must be something that can help me rule out the piggy bank as the murder weapon. Yes, I think you were too quick to jump to your conclusion. Oh, was I? Yes, we don't even have the autopsy results yet. How can you not say that when you made a snap, what you yet to even see, the wound on Agent Hickle's head is consistent with the murder weapon. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's why I was looking for an autopsy report earlier. Ruffy? Yes, sir? Contact the medical examiner's office at once. I want to hear the results of Agent Hick's autopsy. Yes, sir! We've got a big problem, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. What is it, detective? They're still doing the autopsy, but they said that they already know this one thing for sure. Report now. The doc said it isn't one giant bruise the doc said that it's one giant bruise from a beating from his shoulder down to his mid-back. From the victim's shoulder to his mid-back, it was beaten over such a wide area. I'd say maybe it's a sign the killer had a grudge against Miss Agent Hick. It wasn't just his head, the killer went all out and hit him multiple times, sir. Ruffy, what is had a grudge against Agent Hick supposed to mean? Well, that's, The wound on the victim's head is consistent with the murder weapon, detective? Oh, they said they were still looking into that, sir. You're completely useless. Yeah! Sir, I told you already, you can't go down there. No, remove yourself from my way. And I know who it is. It's that weird guy. I forget his name, but that weird guy. Yep, there he is. My luggage, my cargo, they're mine, and I demand you return them to me. We're still investigating the cargo hold. Please understand that and have a little patience. Suppose there's no choice. Finally, I think you gave it. Hey, what are you? Saw that coming. Let me know with your strong force. Ah! You won't get past me. This is it. Because that's this whole time what this thing's been about. Further, there's a matter of the key to the display case that held the murderous bank. After all, you not at least search the entire cargo hold and come empty-handed. Well, he's coming here to retrieve his murder weapon. Doc said that's one giant bruise from beating his shoulder down into his back. He was trying to use brute force. There is no murder weapon. It was just bare hands. The pieces don't fit together quite. Oh. This isn't gonna do anything. Or it is. Allegedly, the killer struck the victim many times over, which is why there is an extensive bruising over such a wide area. But is that really the correct conclusion to draw from the evidence? Yeah, see, that's what I thought. That's why I didn't think it would work. The bruise from his shoulder to the middle of his back is one continuous mark. It is more suggestive of a single blow to the back. If that's the case, then the piggy bank is much too small to have caused that. Therefore, the murder weapon must be something far bigger. Their entire body was because it was him. He freaking charged into someone. Looking for a rather large weapon, you'd think it would stick out. But so far, we haven't found anything that resembles a weapon of any sort. Perhaps it's something we all overlooked from the very beginning. Because normally, it's too impossibly big to be taken into consideration. What was that all about? Was he trying to jump his way down here? Franziska, what do you want? I found it, Franziska. I found the real murder weapon. You did? He really jumped! We didn't realize it until now, but the answer has been right in front of us the whole time. You might be hurt, we should go check upon her, sir. Where's that pompous attitude of yours again? You could learn to drop that habit. He's coming from a prosecutor with the habit of whipping everyone he comes across. Anyway, if you really think you're a prosecutor, then you back yourself with evidence. You two aren't listening at all, are you? Go on then, show me this real murder weapon you speak of. I don't have any evidence to show you. Foolish reasoning for a foolish fool from a foolishly foolish fool meant to fool me. What do you mean I don't have evidence to show? Perhaps I could have phrased it as that which caused Agent Hicks is incorporeal. Forgive me, but I do believe I figured out what was the real cause of death. The victim fell from a great height and subsequently died as a result. In other words, the real cause of death is free falling to the ground. Okay, yeah, that too. I thought the fact that he was falling, I thought it was the... I didn't notice that. I thought it was the fact that it showed... I mean, yeah, I guess that makes more sense. He fell to his death? Yes, this is the only plausible possibility. The victim has extensive bruising on the back of his head and his back. The only rational explanation for these injuries is that he fell to his death. But the murder happened inside his plane, I know. Are you claiming that there's some place in his plane what he could have fallen from? As I said earlier, the answer has been right in front of us the entire time. You can't mean... Yes, I do. The victim fell from top the stairs of this very cargo hold. What? Then, we're in trouble. We may have a second death on our hands, sir. Hey you, tell me, you aren't dead, pal. Quiet, why are you screaming? He's alive. They have it, how possible the Agent Hicks fell over the railing to his death? No, he probably fell on a suitcase. I suppose it's true that it's not possible, given the current circumstances. The current circumstances? What is that supposed to mean? Suppose that this large piece of cargo wasn't there at this time. What would have happened then? Would have been a Borginian pancake for sure, sir. Suppose that man over there wouldn't still be breathing. The reality is that the cargo box is there, so there's no point entertaining your Oh no! Oh no! If you remember correctly, there was a refueling. It may be there now, but there's no proof that it was always there. Heh, as if there could have been a window of time the giant box was not there. But there was. What? What can I use to know that it's possible the box is not always where it is now?
Take that!
Refueled in the Republic of Zengpa? Yes, this flight had a short layover in Zengpa in order to refuel. That was the only reason for the layover. We also transferred some cargo. What if the box in question was only transferred onto the plane at this time? Further proof my point, let's take a look at what's next to the box in question. Ah, it's about Zengfa Express. Correct, meaning it was loaded onto the plane in Zengfa. Now, what if the box in question was also loaded on at the same time? Would it mean that the box was not here in the cargo hold during the Europe and Zengfa leg of the flight, making a clear drop from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death entirely possible? Ah, but your theory's still very far-fetched. Allow me a chance to prove how very likely my scenario is. First order of business will be to examine that piece of large cargo in more detail. This is a rather large piece of cargo. There's a tag on it, sir. Let's see. Aleph Red statue? Never heard of it. Well, that's obviously something that was frickin' stolen. Hold on, I'm getting a phone call. Even trying to reach you, here's your car to say that your mom got him. I'm alright, but all I care about is we can prove that it was here at the time of the crime. Well, the thing is, yeah, it's probably a piece of, I'm just assuming it's something being stolen in the stealing ring thing. Let's get investigating, sir. And, yep, knowing the game, that's Borginian. Look here, do not go touching my possessions without my permission. Ugh, don't rush to bomb me like that, pap. Yep, he's definitely part of the frickin' stealing ring. This belongs to Mr. Ladenlight, does it? Let's see what else I can find out from him. Look here, do not go about touching my possessions without my permission. Tell us that's the first piece of stuff. I just want to examine this in more detail. First I have to went arson. I'm thinking that this large piece of cargo belongs to you, Mr. Labline. Of course it is mine. I skipped it. Fine piece of art from Europe. The off-red statue is worth 10 million cents. No, maybe much more. Mr. Labline's research for choosing this plane must have been in the large cargo hold. 10 million cents? Suggest you stop trying to calculate how many packets of noodles that makes detective. Darn, how did you do that? Feel like you keep getting better and better at seeing right through me every year. Though I grow a huge revolution of the planet around the sun, I have the distinct impression he continues to madly spin in place. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, so that's 10 million cents. Is that in euros or dollars? Does it really make a difference to our case? God bless, there's a chance that your cargo is related to our murder case. I was wondering if you would allow us to examine it a bit closer. It's a very valuable piece of art, so no, there will be no touching. This is like it's something to do with the smuggling ring. And it's possible this fake statue was brought on board in Zengfa. I think we need to question him a bit further. About your statue, Mr. Labline, I was wondering if it might be a fake. What? How dare you say my art is fake? That statue might be the target of an international smuggling ring. Don't say such tactical things, those thieves would not dare. I have the certification of my cargo right here. Do you mean the cargo certification document? This is in black. Why didn't you say so earlier? Please show it to us at once. I can't read this. What does it say? It's plain as day. The cargo was put onto the plane in Europe. And there you have it, Miles Edgeworth. Too bad for you. The statue was brought on board in Europe. Just as a certificate. No, that means that there was never a window of time in which the statue wasn't sitting there. Except for when it was being stolen and replaced. I respectfully disagree. We can't discount the theory until I see the statue for myself. Then you can have your wish. Look at it. Alright. I know I've seen this somewhere before. This is the Alfred. There's got such a feeling of art. I can practically smell it. The statue has high amounts of historic value. Here it was unveiled at a museum in Europe. Brought it to this country to exhibit it. I believe a closer look is warranted here. So, this is the infamous Alfred statue. Let me check. Look, did you find something? There's something wrong with the picture. We should examine it in more detail. What? He said he saw it somewhere. We'll probably have to look at it somewhere and then figure out what the fake is. Right there. Yep, I knew it. It's the teeth. The frickin' teeth. How do I select it though? I mean, that's the closest there is to it. Yeah, how do I select? You can tell the mouth. Oh, the eyes. Yeah, it's also the eyes. They're different colored. These eyes are awfully orange, don't you think? Yeah, I'm pretty. They remind me of sunsets when I was in grade school, sir. I don't think you see what I'm talking about. No, I do, but it's really like the color of the sun when it's setting, sir. Ah, the memories. I remember standing out in that field, spinning with my arms out until I felt ill. I don't care about sunsets. Focus, detective. What color are the eyes in this photo? Huh? Ah! Sir, they're red! As I thought, this statue is a fake. Mr. Lablanche. What do you want? Do you not know I'm a busy man? I'll allow you 2 seconds for your answer. The Alfred, I suppose that is your pride and joy, is it not? The biggest trophy in the European trip. Do you know why I wanted to possess the statue? The trigger started. Better grab a chair, sir. It sounds like this is gonna be a long story. Now, Blake, I regret to inform you, you have my heartfelt sympathy, but... What is that? Sympathy? For what? You'll see. I'd like you to compare the eyes. A large fellow there is very bright and pretty eye compared to you. I wasn't talking about the 2 of us. I meant the eye of the statue in front of us and the one in this photo. Why they're starting yelling. Now then... Oh! Is it a photo statue on display at the museum in Europe? What? Now do you see, Mr. Lablanche? The statue before us is a fake. A fake? Ever since Animal Crossing New Leaf, I got really good at figuring out fakes between reals. Just by looking at the current one and the getting a picture of the current one and a picture of the real one. I've been able to figure out fakes real easily ever since Animal Crossing New Leaf. And if you don't know why, then well, it's because Red, he sells stuff, but some of the stuff, only one piece of the thing he sells is real and the rest are fake, and you can't donate the fake stuff to the museum. Now that we've confirmed that this is indeed a fake, there must have been some sort of proof that this was brought on board in Zen Spa. And I will present to you evidence that will resolve the remaining contradiction. What? Okay, I need to examine. So this outfit, the art dealer isn't looking too happy about it either, sir. I will get to the bottom of this for his sake as well as mine. What else is there to deduce? The marks. No, actually that doesn't work. I'm gonna say the marks match up with the body, but yeah. What else is there? Oh, I can frickin' look at it like this? If you look in the eye sockets, they were made to look just like real gems. So you mean these aren't real? You really think the forgers would waste that kind of money on a replica?